My Calla Lily was dying. Yellow leaves, zero blooms. I was ready to toss it. Then I made one change. 3 weeks later, lush green leaves, huge flowers that lasted a week. The fix? Stupid simple. Here's how to save yours. Let me take you through exactly what happened because I know so many people struggle with keeping Calla lilies alive indoors. For months, I was that person trying everything, getting frustrated, watching this beautiful plant slowly die no matter what I did. I tried giving it more water, no leaves turned yellow. I tried less water, still no good. I moved it to different spots near the window, even bought one of those fancy plant lights. Nothing worked. I was about to accept that maybe I just wasn't meant to grow Calla lilies. Then one night, while scrolling through a gardening forum at 2 a.m. because that's what plant parents do, I stumbled upon this one comment that changed everything. Turns out, I was making not one, not two, but 3 major mistakes with my Calla lily, and chances are, if your indoor Calla lily is struggling, you might be making these exact same mistakes too. The first and biggest mistake? The pot. I had my plant in this cute little shallow container that looked perfect on my shelf. Big mistake, huge. Calla lilies grow from these thick underground stems called rhizomes, and they need serious space to stretch out and grow properly. That tiny pot was basically choking my plant to death without me even realizing it. So I immediately repotted it into a much deeper container. We're talking at least 10 inches tall here. And the difference was almost instant. Within days, the leaves started standing up straighter, like the plant was finally able to take a proper deep breath after being cramped for so long. Now let's talk about the second game-changing fix: the soil. I was using regular old potting mix, thinking it would be fine. Wrong again. That soil was holding way too much water, basically drowning the roots every time I watered it. The solution? I created this perfect soil blend that's like a 5-star hotel for Calla lilies. Here's the magic recipe: about 60% regular indoor potting mix, 20% perlite, that's those little white pebbles that help with drainage, and 20% coconut coir, which is amazing at keeping moisture balanced. This mix keeps the soil moist enough that the plant stays happy but never soggy wet, which is exactly what these plants need to thrive. The third light bulb moment came when I finally understood the lighting situation. Here's what I learned through trial and error. Too much direct sunlight burns those beautiful leaves, but too little light and you'll never see a single flower. The perfect spot. Bright, indirect light, think near a window, with sheer curtains where it gets plenty of light, but never the harsh, direct rays that can scorch the leaves. Once I found this sweet spot, it was like someone flipped a switch in my plant. About 2 weeks after making all these changes, I started noticing something amazing happening. New leaves began shooting up and not those weak, pale ones I was used to seeing. These were thick, glossy, dark green leaves that looked like they belonged on a completely different plant. Then came the real surprise: flower spikes started appearing. Not just one sad little spike, but multiple healthy ones pushing up through the soil. And when those flowers finally bloomed, I couldn't believe my eyes. They were bigger, brighter, and lasted longer than any Calla lily flowers I'd ever seen before, even the ones at fancy flower shops. Now, here are some bonus tips that took my Calla lily from surviving to absolutely thriving. First, I stopped using regular fertilizer and switched to a diluted liquid seaweed mix every 2 weeks. This gave the plant all the nutrients it needed without any harsh chemicals that could burn the roots. Another simple trick that made a huge difference: rotating the pot every few days. This prevents the plant from leaning too much toward the light and helps it grow nicely and even. And for those dry winter months when the indoor air gets really dry, I started using a simple pebble tray, just a shallow tray filled with pebbles and water placed under the pot, but not touching the water. This creates the perfect humid microclimate that Calla lilies love. The most amazing part of all this? Once I got these basics right, the plant basically started taking care of itself. No more constant fussing, no special gadgets or expensive setups needed. Just the right pot, the right soil, and the right light. That's all it took to turn my struggling plant into the star of my indoor garden. So if you're looking at your own sad Calla Lily right now, don't give up hope. Try these simple fixes, be patient for a few weeks, and get ready to be amazed at the transformation. And hey, if you've ever managed to bring a plant back from the brink like this, I'd love to hear about it. Drop your plant rescue stories in the comments below. Who knows? Your tip might be the next game changer for someone else struggling with their plants.